Los Angeles, City of Angels, home of Hollywood, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, and tonight, the Bethesda E3 showcase, or as they refer to it, Bethesda Land. My name is Justin McElroy. I'm joined tonight by Patrick, whose last name I've forgotten.
How did you feel about the Wolfenstein conference?
It was pretty much the Wolfenstein show, right?
Show, yeah. I guess we should save Wolfenstein for the end, right?
Let's put it at the end. Let's address the fact first. A little bit weird keynote in that it was a video.
It was one long video.
Yeah.
We saw a little bit of our good buddy Pete Hines at the beginning and the end.
Sandwich. It was a Pete sandwich.
Yeah. Shortly after the video at the beginning, where they had all the kids out there, so we wouldn't feel bad. So we would feel bad if we said anything negative about any of the games.
Very crafty.
Put the kids right out front. Good call there. Yeah, it was all one big video.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the parts of video that we saw within the video that were attached to video games that we should care about?
Let's see. Let me go through my list because I had it on my phone here.
Sure.
You know what? I'm just gonna, off the top of the head, Evil Within 2.
Yeah.
This was weird because I saw a lot of people really excited about it, and
yeah.
I thought Evil Within was a bad video game. I didn't play it, so that's not first-hand experience. But I thought the general consensus we all kind of came to was that was not an enjoyable video game.
I think it's one of those sleeper hits, right? The ones where like maybe critics didn't dig it, maybe folks like you and me didn't like it, but maybe like middle America just really loved Evil Within.
Evil Within was aimed straightly at the heartland,
yeah.
and they connected with that audience. They were very excited.
No, the trailer was cool though. It was super expository, and I didn't get a lot of what I was seeing, but it reached a point where I was just like, okay, this is just some really cool surreal imagery for me to absorb. It really kind of felt like a music video, and it got me a lot more interested to play the Evil Within than a lot of the marketing for the previous one, which felt very sort of Japanese horror. This felt weirder in some ways. We had some giant milkmen. Do you remember the giant milkmen?
Classic, yeah.
Yeah, some strange faces coming out of ground, some birds, a lot of just...
Stop, you're scaring me.
I'm sorry, yeah. Just all the stuff that you think of when you think of scary things, they had in there.
Speaking of scary things,
yeah.
How would you like to play a 60-hour open-world RPG with motion controls? Well, good news. You've got that chance with Elder Scrolls V Skyrim on Switch, which looked neat. I mean, for me, the real attraction of this is that there are no games literally on Switch. They released it without any games.
Right.
It's just a very heavy brick with a screen on it. So I'm excited to have something meaty like that to play the Switch. But they spent like half of the little video they showed showing it off, playing the game with motion controls, like swinging. No, nobody will do that. Nobody on Earth is going to play Skyrim that way. It seems wild to me. Elder Scrolls Legends, Heroes of Skyrim.
Yeah, absolutely. Finally, they've got cards that represent all my favorite characters from Skyrim lore in this trading card game that I and so many other people play.
I want you to know I respect it. Keep chasing that rainbow. Someday you're gonna put up a video of Elder Scrolls Legends and people will be genuinely excited to see it. I promise you. If you keep Evil Within, it's proven nothing else. It's that if you keep bringing it back, eventually somebody's going to be pumped about it. It wasn't this year. Let's be clear. It wasn't this year, but maybe someday. You never know.
I feel like we've been in LA for like 2 days and you're already sort of adopting this very sort of LA like King of Sting personality. Like you're just really trying to get right at the... Going right before the throat. Let's talk about something that I have very strong feelings about, and that is a game called Wolfenstein II.
This trailer was so good. You can't even call it a trailer.
It was Kojima good.
It was like table setter. It wasn't even like getting you hyped for it. It's just like, no, it's going to be very good.
And we ended up getting some gameplay in there, but we also, it was very interestingly edited. It was interspersed with scenes that started and then teased something, and then it said cut off before it actually delivered the thing that we were expecting in some of these scenes.
That's interesting. A lot of trailers are just about like building momentum to like a big explosion at the end, and this was not that. It was like little vignettes, I would say, from the game, which like is really smart, because I think the thing a lot of people who didn't play the first one missed is that it had really great writing, really great characters, like a really great story, none of which was really marketed with the first one.
Or expected at all.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
They definitely turned the character of BJ Blazkowicz into a sort of a warrior poet. He's monologuing to himself through the entire thing. And in this one, we do see that he is in fact alive. After spoilers, the ending of Wolfenstein New Order would make you think that he's pretty fucking dead.
I always talked about that to the people in the room, but I don't think it's a spoiler to say that, like, oh, he didn't die at the end of Wolfenstein, because, like, of course he didn't die at the end of Wolfenstein, naturally. But I was surprised.
But we saw a lot of returning characters. We saw a lot of the members of the Kreisau Circle, who you're rolling with in the first one, the European Resistance, and you're in America now. Are you excited to play Wolfenstein in America?
Yeah, I love that they've moved forward. It seems like culturally we've kind of moved forward a little bit, but still like under Nazi reign, which is really neat. I think they started the trailer, if you want to call it that, with some clips of like popular TV shows as if they were made by Nazis, and it was very cool, very like evocative, and get you in the era. I was really excited about it.
And gameplay-wise, we saw some new stuff. It looks like dual wielding is back, of course, because it's Wolfenstein, and that was a big part of the last one. Super fun. But this time I noticed some mixed weapon selections, one thing in one hand, another thing in the other hand. And we caught a glimpse of something that might be sort of the new gimmick weapon for this one. Do you remember the weird multi-tool that you picked up in the New Order? I didn't see that in this one, but there is a new, it looked like a concussion rifle thing. He was knocking down some walls with it. Pretty neat there. I guess I'll just go ahead and admit I fucking love Wolfenstein New Order.
There, it's out, folks. If you said he didn't love it earlier, take it back, because he definitely does. He's a big Wolfenstein fan. Overall, like, I love that Bethesda shows off stuff that they're going to have this year.
Yeah.
That's very neat.
That was a really cool move.
It a little bit, though, for this one, kind of felt like they were just having one because they've been having one every year. Did you get that sense?
I mean, yeah, I guess it depends on which way you go on. I agree. I admire that they're like, okay, let's just do a different approach here where we're only showing stuff that people will be playing very soon. But on the other hand, they must just be in a weird place in their development phases right now, where, like, of course they've got to be working on a new Elder Scrolls game, but maybe it's just not quite to the place it needs to be to tease us on it.
But it's cool that they've come far enough that they can stand without Todd. Todd. I did miss seeing Todd, though. That's going to be, that now means that it's going to be 2 years before Todd Howard has to speak in front of a group of people. He's going to get rusty.
Goddamn Todd. I hope he's okay.
Hey, Todd, are you okay, Todd? Anyway, that was Bethesda. It was a very long video, but I bet you can watch the whole thing on Polygon.com if you want to, along with a lot of other great stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me, Pat.
No problem. Can you tell we're looking at the city?